Good morning, friends. Myself, Professor Sachin B, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. Today's session, I'm going to start discussing with fluid power engineering subject, bearing the subject code of 18ME55 of credits 3. With me, along with me, our colleagues, two of the faculty members who are going to handle the subjects, Professor Ramanand HS and Professor KP. In today's session, I am going to start the module 1, fluid power engineering. In the last session, Ramanand sir has explained regarding about the detailed overview of the subject. Now, when it's come to the fluid power engineering, before getting into the module 1, let us know about few of the things regarding about why fluid power engineering is required, why fluid power system is required. When it's come to that particular point of view, in today's many of the applications, we can observe there are transmitting the medium or transmitting the energy from one station to another station or one application. Based on the applications, there are three different types of transmitting the power or the energy. So the first one is mechanical energy, means they are transmitting the mechanical energy from one form to another form with the help of mechanical systems. When it's come to the mechanical system, we can observe with the help of shafts, gears and belt drives, etc. They will going to transmit the mechanical power. And the second one is electrical energy or electrical power. With the help of wires and transformers, they will going to transfer the electrical energy. And the last one is fluid power. With the help of liquid and gas medium, they will going to transfer the fluid power from one level to the another level. Means in many of the industries, three different modes of transmitting the energy will going to carry out. In today's modern industries, we can clearly observe that. The transmitting fluid power will going to play a major role in many of the industries. For example, in many of the missions, the transmitting energy of the fluid power will be carried out with the combined domain of engineering field, mechanical, electrical, electronics, computer science, etc., etc. By doing this, we can clearly observe that their virtual drivening of push, pull and regulating the system will be carried out with the help of fluid power. Because the industries are getting atomized today in our daily life, it is getting updated. For that particular reason, they are using more amount of fluid power. When it's come to the fluid power system, we can clearly know about in fluid power system, it involves two types of fluid power system. One is hydraulic system and another one is pneumatic system. When it's come to the hydraulic system, we can clearly know that hydraulic means the hydra is the Greek word, means the meaning of that word is water. When it's come to the pneumatic system, pneuma means the air. When it's come to the hydraulic system, we can clearly observe that in hydraulic system, the liquid is used as a medium. When it's come to the liquid, we can classify many of the liquids, but for the sufficient and superior level of usage, they will go for oil, because water is not the water will not going to provide more lubrication to the any of the elements inside the mechanical systems. When it's come to the oil, it's going to act like a very good lubricant, and also for greater extent we can use the oil for long duration of time for more number of applications. In particular to pneumatic system, we can clearly observe that in pneumatic system, air is abundantly available in our daily life, which can be easily received, which can be easily released to the atmosphere. In hydraulic system, it is purely a closed loop system, because the oil whichever we are going to put it in the reservoir will be continuously using for the long period of time, because the oil has the capacity of removing the corrosion in any of the elements. When it's come to the pneumatic, it can be easily received from the atmosphere, and again it will be easily abandoned to the atmosphere after completion of the cycle. In pneumatic system, it is open loop system. When it's come to the hydraulic system, it is closed loop system. Next thing is, in fluid power system, we can have different types of fluid systems. Means there are two types of fluid power system. The first one is fluid transport system, and the second one is fluid power system. When it's come to the fluid transport system, here the main objective of the fluid transport system is nothing but transporting the fluid from one level to the another level. For that particular example is in our home, from the sump with the help of motor and pump, we are going to lift the water to the overhead tank. Means they are transporting the liquid from one level to the another level. Next, when it's and also one more example is cross country gas lines. There with the help of pipelines, they are transferring the gas medium from one country to the another country for particular applications. Next one is fluid power system. When it's come to fluid power system, I have already explained regarding about we can use pneumatic system or hydraulic system. In fluid power system, they are using the fluid power as an energy to make any of the operations or any of the tasks in any of the particular industries or any applications, whatever it may be. Means they are using the pressurized fluid for as a working medium. Now, fluid power system, the name itself saying fluid power system means system is a system. When it's come to the fluid power system, a group of elements are arranged in a rationalized manner to achieve the desired task. Means to complete one of the tasks, the sum of the group of elements were arranged in a particular level, and they will going to achieve the task. That is the meaning of system. Fluid power means with the help of power of the fluid, they will going to run the device or they will going to run the any of the machines. Means power with the help of pressure and flow rate of the fluid, means multiplication of pressure and flow rate, it will going to give the power in any of the application. Here I have written the definition of fluid power system. Fluid power is a technology that deals with generation, control and transmission of forces and movement of mechanical element or systems with the use of pressurized fluids in a confined system. Means fluid power is one of the technology where generation of fluid and control of fluid and maintaining that particular fluid forces to the required level with the help of different types of control valves, directional control valve, pressure control valve, flow control valve. With the help of those control valves, they will going to maintain the fluid power to the required level to give motion to the mechanical element. When it's come to the mechanical element, whether there is a actuators are nothing but these are mechanical devices which will going to give the prime motive force. In actuators, we can classify it in two types. One is motor, another one is cylinder. So retracting of the cylinder, motor is going to go with the rotational forces. Means with the help of pressurized fluid, they will going to give the motive force to the actuators by controlling the fluid and maintaining the fluid, and generation is going to happen with the help of pump. That is the regarding about the definition point of view. Now the next level I will come to, I have written the diagram over here, that is components of hydraulic system. Means in your syllabus we have fluid power system, but I have taken this particular diagram. This is purely regarding to the hydraulic system. Fluid power we can explain go for the pneumatic system or hydraulic system, but I am considering the hydraulic system because major components will going to arise in hydraulic system. Now when it's come to the diagram, here different components were present over here. The first one is the reservoir and the filter, flow control valve, pump, motor, pressure control valve with the connection of pipes in between them. Next we have DCV, that is called as a direction control valve with three levers were there. One lever will be operated into three different levels. And next we have the cylinder. With the help of cylinder they are lifting the load or releasing the load. We can observe here port A and port B will be available for that particular cylinder. Now when it's come to the reservoir as an oil tank, here they will going to store the fluid or the oil in this particular reservoir for long duration of period. They will going to use it, and again they will going to recycle it. We can clearly observe here it is in a closed loop control system. In reservoir the oil will get stored, that oil will be get lifted in the filter. Why filter is placed here? Because in oil many of the contaminants were present over there, that is nothing but the foreign particles will going to present. While if directly without the filter, if I lift the oil to the pump or any of the actuators, the contaminants present in the oil will going to damage the parts of that particular devices. For that purpose we are using the oil. So for that purpose we are using the filter over here. Next, after the filter we have placed in a flow control valve. Here flow control valve is nothing but it will going to control the flow rate of the fluid. For that part, very good example is in our home appliances we are using the tap. Their tap at the knob, whatever the present over there at the top head, it will going to control the flow rate of the liquid. In similar fashion, flow control valve will going to place it over here, because once the pump start pressurizing the fluid from the or pumping the fluid from the reservoir, then the flow control valve will going to limit the amount of fluid that is getting inside the actuator. For that purpose, flow control valve is used. Next, that with the flow control valve is get connected to the pump. The pump will going to lift the water from the reservoir. Here the energy will going to transfer, means the pump will going to run with the help of the motor, means motor is getting connected to the electrical power. Electrical power will going to get converted into mechanical rotations in motor. That mechanical rotations is get converted into fluid power in pump. With the help of that particular power, pump will going to lift the water from the reservoir. That water is transferred to the pressure control valve. Here I written the pressure control valve. The main purpose of pressure control valve is to maintain the level of the fluid pressure to the required amount. Means in some of the applications we required maximum level of pressure, to some of the applications we require minimum amount of pressure. For that particular application we are using the pressure control valve. This pressure control valve will going to maintain the strength of the fluid. Here we can clearly observe that one connection is directed to the direction control valve, another to the tank or the reservoir. Means once after the pump is pumping the fluid from the reservoir, that fluid is get transferred to the pressure control valve. If the fluid exceeds the required pressure, then if with another port it will going to release it to the tank. Next level is that pressure control valve is get connected to the DCV, that is called as direction control valve. Here in direction control valve we can clearly observe that the direction of the fluid will going to takes place. When the fluid enters the direction control valve, here 3 ports will be there, 4 ports will be there. 2 of the ports is get connected to the actuator, and one of the port is connected to the pressure relief valve, another port is connected to the tank. Means 4 ports will going to available in the direction control valve. Maybe it is 3 positioning or 2 position, whatever it may be. When it's come to those 4 ports, this will going to call it as P, that is nothing but it is coming from the pump. This will going to mentioning it as T, because it will go into for the tank. Here I written A and B for the actuator. Means in direction control valve, pressure relief valve, whatever the fluid coming out of the pressure will go in for the direction control valve. Then in the direction control valve, it will going to give it will going to direct the fluid. Here you can clearly observe I written the arrows in both the directions. Means if the application required is for lifting the load. For lifting the load means in direction control valve, the fluid direction is getting changed to the bottom of the actuator. Means it will going to extend the piston to the upward direction for lifting. If it is getting retracted, means if the load is getting at the top, we need to release the load to the bottommost position. During that time, the direction control valve will going to send the fluid to the port A. Means based on the application required, the ports will get changed by the direction control valve. Means the flow of fluid will get changed, the port will get fixed. Means the direction of the fluid will getting changed in flow direction control valve. When it's come to the actuator, I have already explained there are 2 types of actuators. One is cylinder and another one is motor. Cylinder is used for the linear motion of the flow, linear movement, and the motor is used for the rotational movement. We can clearly observe here in this application, direction control valve sending the fluid over here, the piston will get retracted to the bottommost position. If the fluid is get entered to the bottommost level, the load is getting extended. For this particular example is lifting of a car in many of the parking areas. Means once the car coming out of the parking out, if another car is waiting for the parking over there, the in parking area we can clearly observe that one car is get placed over the movement whatever they given there we can clearly observe once after the car is getting locked and over, the car is getting decreased, means they are lifting that car or reducing that, leveling that car for the particular portion. We can clearly observe that. Means loading and lifting the load to the certain level and releasing the load to the certain level will going to carry out with the help of direction control. The excess fluid, we can clearly observe that it is coming out of the actuator to the direction control valve. Again, their directions will be there. With the help of it, it will get fixed or it will get stored in the reservoir. That is all about the components of hydraulic system, fluid power system. Now, when it's come to the functioning level, these are the major components required for any of the hydraulic system. You can clearly observe that for 3 different valves are there. These 3 different valves are very much important. One is flow control valve, another one is pressure control valve, and the third one is direction control valve. These 3 valves are very much. When it's come to the flow control valve, it will going to control the speed of the fluid. When it's come to the pressure control valve, it will going to maintain the strength or the pressure of the fluid. When it's come to the direction control valve, it will going to direct the fluid for the actuator. These 3 are the major valves that are really required for any of the applications. Now filter we already know about it, pump and motor we already know about. Here the simple function will going to happening in this particular system. Here the electrical power is get converted into rotational mechanical power, and that rotational mechanical power is get converted into fluid power. That fluid power again get converted into mechanical power. Means we can clearly observe that from the motor electrical energy to mechanical energy, again from mechanical energy to fluid power, fluid energy in the pump, again that fluid energy will going to lift the water. That fluid energy is get converted into mechanical energy in the actuator. This is all about the components of hydraulic system. Okay, the next topic is advantages of fluid power system. When it's come to the advantages, the first advantage is fluid systems are simple, easy to operate and can control. Means for this particular advantage, the example is earth movers, means JCBs. There the lifting of the load in the bucket by filling up the load or the mud or the stones or whatever it may be, it will be controlled and can be simple and easy to operate, because the operator will going to operate it with the help of the lever or the gear system very easily. Next advantage is multiplication and variation of forces. Means we are using linear actuators and rotary actuators. When it's come to the linear actuators and rotary actuators, the required amount of force, for example, tilt to some certain level, means tons, for example, the force is required from kilograms to the tons level. We can multiply the forces and variation of forces can be going to be controlled. For that, for this particular example is in CNC machine, they will going to control the functioning or the tool depth to the workpiece can be controlled with the variable speed, motors and some other actuators. And the next one is multifunctional control. Means multifunctional control is also possible with the help of fluid power system. There with the help of different kinds of valves, multifunctional control can going to happen. There pressure relief valve will be there, flow control valve will be there, and directional control valve will be there. With the help of multifunctional can be performed. And next one is low speed torque. Means low speed torque means in many of the devices we can observe if the torque is getting high, the speed also will be getting reduced. If the speed will be more, the torque will be getting reduced. Means with the help of fluid power system, we can overcome those kinds of problems and the issues when it's come to the mechanical devices. There the fluid power system will going to maintain the speed and torque. Low speed and torque is also possible with the help of fluid power system. And the next one is constant force or torque. Means when it's come to the constant force and torque, for example, if you are carrying the in a material handling system, when it's come to the material handling system, the load or the object getting placed from one place to the another place, the constant force is applied on the particular object for lifting the object, and while carrying it, this same amount of force will be carried and same amount of force is applied while dropping the object. Means the force variations will going to happen based on the load of that particular object or whatever it may be. Next is economical. By using fluid power system, we can reduce the human workers in many of the industries, because human worker will going to place in many of the hazardous work in many of the industries. By using fluid power system, we can overcome it. For example, lifting heavy loads in many of the industries, or many lifting heavy equipments. For that purpose, we can use the fluid power system for lifting and dragging the equipments. And the next one is low weight to power ratio, means as if the fluid power system is very compact, due to which low weight, means weight is also will be very low, and the power ratio will be more, because in the hydraulic system we can go for the higher amount of load and higher amount of power in hydraulic system. And the next one is used where safety is of vital importance, means for the safety purpose. In many of the applications, we will go for using the fluid power system for safety purpose, to safeguard the human operators and to safeguard the society. Next is easy to produce and maintain. We can produce easily the fluid and we can maintain it and easily maintain it. For example, I already explained while explaining the components. Easy to produce means with the help of pump, we can lift the water from the reservoir. There huge amount of power will be drawn to lift the water, means higher amount of load can be withstanded, and maintaining it with the help of control valves, we can maintain it for the required level. And the last one is overload protection. When it's come to the overload protection, with the help of pressure relief valve, we will going to avoid the overload of that particular fluid medium inside any of the components. That is regarding about the advantages of fluid power system. In the next topic is regarding the applications. When it's come to the applications, the first application I have considered is agricultural field. In today's, many of the very good equipments were present in agricultural field to perform many of the agricultural operations. There tillers were there, dozers were there, JCBs were there, and many devices will going to come under in agriculture field. And the next one is automation. When it's come to the automation, many of the industries are getting automized today. There they are using the fluid power system. And the third one is automobiles. In automobiles, in cars, power steering, braking system, and many examples were there. And when it's come to the construction, in construction purpose, we can clearly observe that for digging the hole or for lifting the heavy components, they are using the fluid power system. There maybe for long duration of time, the time is consuming to digging the hole for any human operator or the human laborers. With the use of the fluid power system, we can easily dig it within a short period of time, and also we can reduce the time required for completion of any of the tasks. When it's come to the defense application, missile launching and navigation control of the missiles, we are going to perform with the help of fluid power system. And the last one is entertainment. Nowadays, lot of entertainments were there. Amusement parks, means water parks, there roller coaster, many of them played that roller coaster. There they are using that hydraulic fluid systems to operate those devices or the entertainment vehicles. And the next one is medical field. In the field of medical field, for heart assistance they are using, in a dental clinic they are using the hydraulic system. And the next one is transportation. When it's come to the transportation, they are transferring the load from one region to the another region, from one state to the another region. Many of the vehicles are available, means earth movers, etc., etc. And the material handling. When it's come to the material handling in any of the industries, they are using the many of the systems or many of the devices to carry the load from one place to the another place. There hydraulic system will going to play a major role. And the last one is movies. In many of the special effect movies, they are using the fluid power system. Example is Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, or the Jaws. Many other movies where they are using this fluid power system. Means there the animal body will going to design, but the operator will going to operate the animal with the help of fluid power system. This is all regarding about the applications. Thank you.